Ouais.
Bonjour, you too. C'est moi encore une fois, Mr Kille, avec encore un cours de français à la maison. Another lesson of French at home. Okay, so great to see you again. Although I can't see you in person, it's still great to have you there on the other end. I'm hoping that you can follow this with me. Just to sort of to go over again what I mentioned last week, because I'm doing a lesson which is about same amount of time as I would be doing if I was actually in the classroom with you. You can, obviously you're absolutely fine to do this, but it will be around about 40-45 minutes long. So what I don't want you to do is to think, oh my goodness, it's so long. However, can we fit anything else in? We've got other children's home learning to do, and I completely get that. So what I suggest you do is do it in small, sort of short bursts, 5 or 10 minutes here and there. That gives you what, 4 or 5, maybe if you're doing 10-minute bursts, that gives you 4 and a little bit at the end, maybe, or something like that. Okay, and you can either do it at different times during the day or different times during the week. You can come back in a little bit and revisit the French and carry on with it and make that little bit of extra learning that we haven't done, obviously, if you're going to do it all the way through, which is fine. Just have a go, and whatever suits you best, because as I said, I know that things are tough at the moment, and we're all trying our best to balance our devices and our children's needs and everything else. So all the best. Keep going. It's half term next week. Great stuff. So let's start by just reminding you what you did last week, which was your name, your age, and you spelt your name. And then you just at the end there, we talked about where we lived, and I live in Nottingham in England. In fact, we're going to do that in a lot more detail this week, because we're moving on to countries, different countries, in fact. And as you'll see that at the title of this lesson, it actually says countries, funny enough. So I'm going to give you the names now, 10 different countries in French, okay? 10 different countries in French. And all you've got to do is to think, okay, what might the English be for those? What might the English be for those? So I'm going to go through 10 of them. The first few, actually, are not so easy, and then you're going to hear a few easier ones. Okay, so here we go. So let me go through my 10 countries for you. They're all around the world. We're going to start kind of close to home, and we'll get further away. Here we go. Now listen, I'm going to say them twice. All right, here we go. What I mean by saying twice is I'm going to say all 10 of them and then all 10 of them again. So I'm not going to repeat the word. I'm going to go through all 10, then I'm going to go through all 10 again, if you see what I mean. All right, here we go. Angleterre, Écosse, Irlande, Pays de Galles, France, Espagne, Italie, Jamaïque, Canada, Amérique. Easy. Some of those are really easy because they sound like the English, don't they? As I said, I think the hardest ones, I'm afraid, are the first 4, and then they get easier after that. Now I'm going to go through them again, and I want you to think about how many of them you think you know the English for. All right, here we go. Angleterre, Écosse, Irlande, Pays de Galles, France, Espagne, Italie, Jamaïque, Canada, Amérique. Okay, très bien. Bon. Now then, just have a little think. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think how many of those you know in English. Okay, you've heard them twice. If you need to go back and hear them again, that's fine. In that case, you'll need more than a minute, but that's fine. Just 1 more minute now to think about those countries. Do you think you know 5? Do you think you know the English for 6 or 7? Maybe even more. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask our lovely assistant here, which is Google, our smart speaker, to time 1 minute. Here we go. Hey Google, time 1 minute.
Sure, 1 minute, starting now.
Hey Google, stop. There we go. 1 minute. Excellent. So how many of those countries did you get? Okay, we're going to go through them now. And then we're going to spell a few of them. I don't think I'm going to spell all of them with you. There are 10 there, and I think, it's going to take too long to spell out all 10. But I'll probably do, 6 maybe, 6 or 7, okay, with you. So just to warn you, you will be needing some paper and a pen, or some sort of an exercise book if you've been writing in that. Not your school one, of course, because that's obviously locked away in school at the moment. But, you can still use something at home. Let's go through them then, and let's see how many you got. The first one was Angleterre. Angleterre. And that is, and well done if you got, England. So Angleterre, England. Okay. Next one. Écosse. Écosse. Now this doesn't sound really like English, apart from the cop and the s. If you change round those sounds, you get s and cop, Scot. Now what country begins with Scot? Scotland. Scotland. I don't know if you've ever been there. I have. I've had the pleasure of going there many times. I'm very lucky. I've got Scottish family, aunt, cousins, and when my grandparents were alive, they lived up there as well. And oh my goodness, it's a beautiful place where they're from, right up in the northeast of the country. Scotland, Écosse. So we've got Angleterre, England, Écosse, Scotland. Next one, Ireland. Ireland. Now this one is, and it sounds a little bit like it, so well done if you've got this one, Ireland. Ireland. Excellent. Très bien. Ireland. So we've got Angleterre, Écosse, Ireland. England, Scotland, Ireland. Great stuff. And now, a very strange one coming up now. Pays de Galles. Pays de Galles. Now, you've probably realized by now that we're starting off with the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom, Great Britain, UK. Right? So we've done England, we've done Scotland, and we've done Ireland. I suppose to be politically correct, we need to say Northern Ireland, but Ireland will do for now. That's Ireland. So the other country in Britain is Wales. Wales, Pays de Galles. Pays de Galles. It's 3 words for one country. Pays de Galles. It literally means country of the Gauls. Gauls were an old tribe that used to live in Wales and other places around Britain and Europe. Pays de Galles, Wales. Beautiful. Great. Let's go with the next one. Now, these next ones are a little bit more easy. So we've got Angleterre, England, Écosse, Scotland, Ireland, Ireland, Pays de Galles, Wales. Now, this next one, as I said, a lot easier. France. France. What do you reckon that is? Really important one. Funny enough, we're learning French because they speak French in France. Of course they do. France equals France. And when we spell them, you'll realize that it's spelled exactly the same in French as it is in English. France. Excellent. Now the next one. Espagne. Espagne. Now, this one sounds a little bit like the country. It's another European one. It's one of those countries that border France. Lots of countries border France. And we're going to do 2 now that border France. First one is Espagne. Now, what do you think it is? Span. It's got the span sound in it. Can you think of a country with with sounds a bit like span. Not quite like span, but Spain. And that's it. España is Spain. España, Spain. Brilliant. Next one is another country that borders France. In fact, I used to have family that lived down in the south of France, down on the Côte d'Azur, a beautiful part of France. You might have heard of Monaco. You might have heard of Nice. Okay, two beautiful places near where my cousin used to live. And over the border there, near there, over the border, we get Italy. Italy. And that, of course, is Italy. It's the same, spelt a little tiny bit differently, but sounding pretty much the same. Italy is Italy. You might have heard of the capital of Italy, Rome. Rome. And of course, within Rome, we have the Vatican City. And of course, within the Vatican City, who lives there? Quite an important guy, really, the Pope. Yep, he lives there in the Vatican City, which is actually a little country on its own, okay, within the city of Rome, which is the capital of Italy. Italy, great. And now, 3 countries outside Europe now, so we're going further away from Europe now. We're taking a longer flight. You can imagine that we can fly to these places again. This next one, I must admit, is, well, I'd love to go here. I would love to go to this country. I really would, for all sorts of reasons. Jamaica. Jamaica. Now, it sounds a bit like English. Jamaica. 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 I'd love to, honestly, I would love to go there for all sorts of reasons. For the sun, that's one reason. For the sea, that's another reason. For the beautiful mountains. Apparently, I have a friend who's an ex-pilot and he used to fly for British Airways. And I asked him, I said, where is the most beautiful country in the Caribbean? The Caribbean is where Jamaica is. It's the islands around the sea there, the Caribbean Sea. And he said, he thought for a moment, he said, Jamaica. And he said, beautiful mountains. He said, when you fly over those mountains, he said, it's just amazing. Okay. And the other reason I want to go to Jamaica is because I just love reggae. I just can't get enough reggae. Just think it's the greatest music in the world. So there you go. All sorts of reasons to go to Jamaica. Jamaica. Brilliant. Next one. I've been to this one. Now, this one I have been to. Great place. Canada. Canada. Amazing country, this. And it sounds the same in English. And it looks the same as well. It's Canada, isn't it? Canada. Canada. Amazing country. Do you know that it's actually bigger than America? It's obviously next to America, isn't it? Huge landmass. But when you think of how big the USA is, United States of America, you think it's one of the biggest countries in the world. Well, Canada, okay, actually land size is bigger. They're not anything like the amount of people that live in America. A lot smaller population. But Canada is a huge landmass, and it's even bigger than the USA. Canada. And the other interesting thing about Canada is, really exciting, is that over in Quebec, which is an area, a province of Canada, they speak French. Their first language is French because the French colonized it in a long time ago, and an awful long time ago, and they speak French there. So, in fact, in Canada, French is actually a very important language, really important. So we're not just learning French for France, we're learning it for other parts of the world as well, aren't we? So Canada is Canada. And the last one, Amérique, is America. It actually counts as 2 things. It can be the continent of America, as in North America, South America, but Amérique can be the USA as well. There is a phrase for the USA, the United States of America. It's a little bit more complicated, so let's just stay with Amérique. Okay, excuse my ramblings. I do like to talk rather a lot, as you can probably tell. But I don't know, hopefully it helps to pass the time a bit more. Right, here we go. Let's go through them again, and they're going to set you a challenge. Angleterre, England. Écosse, Scotland. Ireland, Ireland. Pays de Galles, Wales. France, France. Espagne, Spain. Italy, Italy. Jamaica, Jamaica. Canada, Canada. Amérique, America. Brilliant. Excellent. Now, think about those countries. You might want to wind back and listen to them again, hear what they are in English. How many can you remember? I'm going to be testing you in 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think about those countries. How many do you think, if you heard the French before, you would think, oh yeah, I think I know the English. How many? You might want to listen to them again, rewind, listen to them again, or just think about them in your head. Maybe get someone to help. Maybe help teach someone in your family what they are. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to ask Google again to set 2 minutes, and we're going to learn those countries and try and memorize them in those 2 minutes. And then we'll have a little quiz together. Okay. Hey Google, time 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, let's have a go at learning and memorizing those countries. Hey Google, stop. Excellent, très bien. So how many of those can you remember? So I'm going to call out the countries now in French, one by one. I'll do them quite slowly. And for each one, I want you to just say the English. You don't have to write it down. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Just say the English. And just to warn you, I won't be doing them in the order that we did them before. So I won't be starting with England and I won't be finishing with America. Okay, so I'm going to do them in random order. How many Mr. Kill points can you get? Okay, there are 10 up for grabs. Let's see how many you can get. Are you listening? Here we go. The first one we're going to do is Espagne. Espagne. Okay, what do you reckon that country is? Have a guess. Even if you're not sure, just say a country and you never know. Espagne. Do you remember I said it's the one that sounded a bit like Spanish? Espagne. Spain. Brilliant. One Mr. Kill point already. If you've got that, well done. If you didn't, but had a go, congratulations. Try and say a country in English for each, in English for each. And if you get it right, if you need to guess, great. Sometimes guesses take you a long way when you're learning a language. Espagne, Spain. How about this next one? France. Oh, this one's an easy one. We should all get this one. France. And that is France. Brilliant. Of course it is. Of course it is. Spain and France. Espagne, France. Great stuff. Let's go now for the third one. How about this one? What's this one? Jamaica. Jamaica. Now, what one's that? It sounds a bit like the English again. We've gone for another easy one. It's that country where I want to go probably more than any other country in the world. Either there or South Africa. Probably South Africa is the other place on my list that I can't wait to go to. So not South Africa, but Jamaica. Jamaica. Well done if you said Jamaica. Brilliant. Fantastic. Here we go. Next one. Oh, Écosse. Oh, this one's a bit tough. Écosse. We've gone for easy ones so far. Écosse. Now, can you remember it? Have a guess. What do you reckon? Écosse is, well done if you've got Scotland. Not an easy one. That doesn't sound that much like it, does it? Écosse, Scotland. There. So my family live. Brilliant place. Beautiful place. Écosse. Super. We're going to be halfway through after this one. Oh, what's this one? Shall we do another challenging one? Let's do another challenging one, shall we? Pays de Galles. Pays de Galles. This is probably the hardest one of the lot, I think. Pays de Galles. Pays de Galles is where? Place with beautiful beaches, place with a lot of rain. Wales. Sorry, anyone who's Welsh with this. I spent 4 years in Wales at Swansea Uni. Beautiful place. But my goodness, it rains down there, doesn't it? Pays de Galles, Wales. Well done. We're halfway through. What about this one? Let's go for an easy one now. Amérique. Amérique is America. Brilliant. Fantastic. Amérique, America. Great. Next one. Oh, another easy one coming. Italy. Italy. Oh, that's easy too. Italy. Who's got at least 3 Mr Kille points so far? You get 1 Mr Kille point for every country you get right. We've done 7 of them. So well done. Italy. Très bien. And the next one, Angleterre. Angleterre. What's this one? Angleterre. It's very important. This one we'll be using this one when we start speaking in a few minutes' time. Angleterre is England, of course. It was the first one we did. And if you remember that, Angleterre, well remembered. It's not the easiest considering it's a country where we live. It's not the easy one, is it? Angleterre. Okay. Let's go with the next one. Nice and easy one. This one, Canada. Canada is Canada. Brilliant. Fantastic. Excellent. Which leaves us with only one left. Last but certainly not least, I wonder if you can remember. If you can remember the only one that we haven't had, you might be able to get this one. I just realizing we haven't done it yet. Process of elimination. It's called Ireland. Ireland is, of course, Ireland. 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 Très bien. Fantastique. 10 countries. If you got 10 points out of 10 there, I think you should be going and asking your parents for a chocolate biscuit or something like that. Come on, they've done well. Yeah, 10 out of 10 on that. Not bad at all. Brilliant. Even if you got 4 or 5 points, I think you deserve at least, I don't know, a glass of orange juice or something like that. You know, if you want to leave the lesson now and go and get that, that's absolutely fine. And you can come back later in the day if you want, no problem at all. Or later in the week, great. So if you're going to pause now, au revoir. But if you're going to carry on, I am with you still. And here we go. And what we're going to do now is we're going to spell out the countries. Not all of them, because as I said, I think as we're online, it's not so easy to spell out 10 words and concentrate on those from your point of view. If you could just grab yourself a piece of paper or a book or something that you've been writing your work in for your school. And here we go. And we're going to be spelling out some countries. We're going to start off with some easy ones, and then we'll do 1 or 2 more difficult ones as well. So we'll see how we get on with these. And I'll just kind of use my sort of judgment and decide when I think we've had enough. All right. Great. Let's start with an easy one. Let's start with the country that we're obviously whose language we're learning. We are learning French, and they speak that in lots of places, but they speak it in France, of course, which is France. France. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spell it 2 ways for you. I'm going to spell it with the letters, and then I'm going to do the phonics. Okay, in year 2, all right? Because I think it's only fair that you hear the phonic sounds as well. So I'm going to spell it phonetically for you as well. Okay, and hopefully you'll get a chance to write it down. If grown-ups, you're doing the writing, well done for finding the time to do it. If you're not, well, the children can do it, can't they? Of course they can. Okay, let's start with France then. Remember, all of these countries will start with a capital letter because just like in English, you will have a capital for countries in French. Okay, so France, here we go. F R A N C E. France. And that in phonics is F R A N curly K E. France. Très bien. Excellent. Bien. Great. France. It's France. Good one. Let's do another easy one, shall we? Italy. Italy. You ready? Here we go. If you need to hear anything again, just rewind and listen to the spelling again. I don't mind you doing that. So stop, go back, listen to the spelling again, and then come back to me. All right, awesome. But I'm carrying straight on with Italy, which is I-T-A-L-I-E. Italie. Super. Excellent. Bien. Italie. Great. Good. I'm going to spell it phonetically now. I, T, A, L, I, E. Italy. And it's spelled the same in English, but it's got a Y at the end rather than I, isn't it? I-T-A-L-I. Sorry, I-T-A-L-Y. In English. I-T-A-L-Y. Brilliant. So we've got France. We've got Italy. So we do another quite simple one. Okay, let's do another European one. Espagne. Espagne. Spain, isn't it? Spain. You ready? E S P A G N E. Espagne. Spain. Here are the phonics. E, S, P, A, G, N, E. Espagne. Now, isn't it strange? We've got this G and N together. We've got the G and the N together. It looks like Espagne or Espagni. But the G and the N make a N sound. When you put those two letters together in French, they always make a N sound. Can we make that sound? You hold our nose and go N, 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 N. One more time. N, 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 N. Espagne. Espagne. Très bien. Espagne. Good. Right. So we've done France, Italy, and Spain, spelt in French. As I said before, if you need to go back and listen again and check any spellings one more time, or even more than once, no worries. Just do that whenever you want. We're going to carry on now with England because we need to know this one, don't we? It's probably one of the hardest ones to spell. You know, I know children a lot older than you who really struggle to spell the word for England in French, Angleterre. But if we learn how to do it now, hopefully it'll stick in our minds. Let's go for it, shall we? Let's have the letters first. Here we go. Remember, they all start with capitals. A, N, G, L, E, T, E, R, R, E. Angleterre. Angleterre. Beautiful word. Now we'll spell it with the phonics. A, N, G, L, E, T, E, R, R, E. Angleterre is England. Brilliant. I think we're going to do two more. Okay? Okay, the first one, guess what? I've got to go for my favourite one, haven't I? I mean, you know, it wouldn't be fair not to. Jamaica. 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 And this has got a cool little accent on it as well. Okay, here we go. Jamaican. It's spelt like this. J A M A I with the two dots on it, just two dots on the top of the I. Q U E. Jamaique. Now, let's spell it now with the phonics. J A M A I Q O E. Jamaïque. Très bien. Yeah, the I on Jamaica there, Jamaique, has just got two little dots, and it's just a little accent that you put on top of certain letters. You quite often see it on the word for Christmas, Noel. That has got two little dots on as well, on the E, on the N, O, E, O, the E, Noel, makes the E sound. Jamaique has got it on the I, two dots this time on the I. Okay, Jamaique. And let's do one more. Let's do one more, shall we? A nice, easy one. Let's go for... Shall we go for Ireland? Ireland. It's nearly the same as Ireland. Okay. In fact, it's all the same letters, but the E comes in a different place. All right. Ireland is spelt Ireland. I R L A N D E. Ireland. You see, in England, English, Ireland, I-R-E, but in French, I-R, and the E comes right at the end. Okay, let's go for the phonics, shall we? Ireland. I, L, A, N, or should I say N, D, E. Ireland. Ireland. Great. We have 6 countries there. What did we do? We did Espagne. We did or what did we do? Did we start with Espagne? No, we did start with France, didn't we? France, Italy, Espagne. And we did, oh, of course, we did Angleterre, didn't we? Angleterre. I had a mind block then, you know. Shows I'm getting old. Angleterre, we did that one as well, didn't we, for England? Those are the 6. We've got 4 more. We'll come to them next week. We'll spell those out for you next week. But they'll do for now. Now, what we need to do now is we need to learn how to speak some French about where you live. And then once we've done that, we're going to listen to where other people live. And you're going to work out the city and the country where they live. Let's just check the time for us. Right, so I've been going for just over half an hour, 32, 33 minutes I've been going. So that means we've got another minimum 7 minutes. If you go a bit longer than that, that's cool. But probably minimum 7 minutes, that'll make 40 minutes. And then if we do a little bit more, well, that's cool because we'll be getting there, won't we? Brilliant. Now then, what we need to do is to learn how to say, I live in Nottingham in England. And we did touch on this at the end of last week's lesson, didn't we? J'habite, I live. Don't worry about the spellings because we're just going to say this. J'habite, I live, à Nottingham, in Nottingham, en Angleterre. So those are the 3 little sections. Everyone, j'habite means I live. Really important. Let's say it 3 times. J'habite, j'habite, j'habite. Don't beat yourself up too much, all right? J'habite, I live. And then in Nottingham, à Nottingham, à Nottingham. I live in Nottingham. And then in England, en Angleterre. En Angleterre. We know that word, Angleterre. We'll be learning it today. England. J'habite à Nottingham, en Angleterre. Now, Earlier on, when I was doing year one's lesson, I taught them a little rhythm. And we can do the same with you. Have a listen to this. J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. Okay, what I want you to do, 1 minute you've got, and I want you to just have a go at saying that. And you've probably been sitting down for quite a bit today doing your home learning, and you've been listening to me speaking French. You think, oh, please, Mr Kille, can I just stand up and dance around? Of course you can. What I want you to do is I want you to get up. Have you seen the Joe Wicks Silly Billy? I don't know if you have. We were doing it this week. Great fun. Our boys absolutely love it. Okay, just do a Silly Billy dance. Jump around, dance around, do whatever you want to do. But I want you to say this at the same time. J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. Maybe quicker. J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. Okay, going to give you 1 minute to do that. 1 minute to do that. Can you teach someone else how to say it in that minute as well? 1 minute. Let's ask Google to time it, shall we? Hey Google, time. 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. Starting now.
Hey Google, stop. There we go. Super, fantastic. Who did it? J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. J'habite à Nottingham en Angleterre. Easy. I live in Nottingham in England. Great. Now, to finish today, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to a few other people. I'm going to play the part of various other people, and they're going to tell you where they live. They're going to name the city and the country. The city and the country. So where do these people live? We're going to start off with this one. Okay, here we go. Listening, they're going to say bonjour, first of all, which means hello, doesn't it? Now you can write these down if you want, or if you want, you could just say them in your head or say them out loud to someone else in your family. Maybe you can get someone else involved, get them to have a go at listening to these as well. So where do these people live? Here's the first one. Bonjour, j'habite à Paris, en France. Where do they live? How about the city and the country? If you're not sure of the city, you could still get the country, couldn't you? You listening? Here we go one more time. Bonjour, j'habite à Paris, en France. Super. Now, where do they live? Now, France is the country. France, good. What about the place? Paris. Paris. Well, you might know this year too, but the capital of France is a city called Paris. You might have heard of Paris. In Paris, there are loads of amazing places to visit, including one of the tallest places in the whole world, the Eiffel Tower, looking all the way up there. The Eiffel Tower, I went there when I was only 10 years old. Amazing place, great. Okay, so this person lived in Paris in France. When we say Paris, but they say Paris, they don't pronounce the S at the end. So Paris in France. How about this one? Bonjour, j'habite à Madrid en Espagne. Let's listen to that one again. Where does this person live? The city and the country. Try and get at very least the country, okay, and which is always the last word. The country is always the last word in this sentence, these sentences. J'habite à Madrid en Espagne. So where does this person live? They live in, let's go for the country first, Espagne. Spain. Well done. If you've got Spain, that's a Mr Kille point for that. Brilliant. Now, Madrid. Have you heard of it? Madrid. You might have heard of the football team, Real de Madrid. Real Madrid from Spain, one of the best known football clubs in the whole world. I think Cristiano Ronaldo, I think he still plays for them. Amazing player he is, isn't he? Along with Messi. Lionel Messi, of course, plays for their big rivals, Barcelona. But this isn't Barcelona, this is Madrid. Madrid is the capital of Spain. Okay, I live in Madrid in Spain, said that person. What about this next one? Bonjour, j'habite à Rome, en Italie. Now, I think you might get this one. I reckon you might get the town or the city as well as the country. Nice and easy, this one. Listen again. Bonjour, j'habite à Rome, en Italie. Now, where's this person? We mentioned this one earlier. Rome. Rome. Apparently, they call it the Eternal City. I've never been there. My parents did. They went. But I never got there. Well, hopefully plenty of years to get there yet. Okay, Rome in Italy. The capital of Italy, isn't it? J'habite à Rome, en Italie. And we'll do one more. Now, I wonder, knowing what I've been going on about this lesson, my favourite countries and all that, you can guess this one. Do you know the city, though? We'll start with bonjour. Bonjour, j'habite à Kingston, à Jamaïque. Listen to that one again. Bonjour, j'habite à Kingston, à Jamaïque. Where did this person live? Jamaica, of course. Brilliant. And the town, did you know that the capital of Jamaica is a place called Kingston? Kingston. Okay, really interesting place. Just a very vibrant city. Lots of bit of good, bit of bad about Kingston from what I've learnt. I've read a lot about Jamaica over the years. Funnily enough, I'm a bit obsessed with Jamaica. Funny that. Okay, interesting city, but that's where that person lived. They lived in Kingston in Jamaica. Brilliant. Excellent. Très bien. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have done very well to keep with me. If you've done this in short bursts, if you've done it in a great long lesson, fantastic. However you've done it, félicitations, bravo, congratulations, well done. And all it remains for me to say now is we'll carry on with countries next week, and we'll